gonna dive deep into the world of rice and weight loss. I'm gonna answer some of the most common questions I get asked, especially from my carbs lovers, such as, can I still eat rice and lose weight? Or is white rice better or brown rice? Or how much rice am I allowed to have during a weight loss program? In most of the videos and articles online, they say that as long as you keep an eye on your portions, you don't have to worry about gaining weight. You could actually eat rice and still lose weight. Well, no kidding. We're gonna get so much deeper than that in this video, I promise you guys. After you're done watching this video, you're gonna have no questions about rice, how much you should be eating and what type you should be consuming, and when and what you should be eating it with. So that's a promise. If you're ready, make sure you grab a pen and paper if you need to, and let's get started. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Sepi and I'm passionate about health, nutrition, weight loss, and living with ADHD. As someone who has personally lost over 50 pounds and understands the challenges of living with ADHD, I'm excited to share my experiences, knowledge, and tips with you guys to help you on your own health journey. My videos are all about providing practical, evidence-based information and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to improve your health, optimize your nutrition, manage your weight, and thrive with ADHD. Okay, so does rice make us gain weight? Yes and no. It depends on a few factors. For example, it could be the type of the rice that we're going to talk about. It could be the timing, and then it could be the portions and what you eat it with. But most importantly, it's about who's asking. And no one talks about that. I will give you a different answer depending on what your goal is. If a client comes to me and says that they have a goal to lose over 20 pounds and they love rice and they have ADHD, I would say don't worry about it at all. Continue what you're doing, eating rice, because there are more important things that we can work on, like cutting out sugar and bread and other things. If a similar person wants to lose about 15 pounds or less, then I would ask them how much rice they're eating, when they're eating it, and we might have to adjust it, and we're going to talk about that in this video. We might have to slowly cut it down. But if someone is trying to actually cut down to 15% body fat, for example, and if they want to keep their midsection very lean and have some muscles on their abs showing, then I would give them a different answer. Then the timing and the portion of the rice becomes very important. In fact, rice can definitely be used, and it's one of the best sources of carbs that can be utilized to lose weight and tone and gain muscles at the same time. Actually, throughout my whole weight loss journey, I was consuming rice, to be honest with you guys, every single day with 3 to 4 of my meals. I started with 1 cup of rice, then I reduced it to half a cup. And when I was at my leanest, I was eating 1/4 of a cup with 2 to 3 of my meals, depending on time of the month. So it really helped me stay in put, gain muscles, and lose weight. And we're gonna talk about that later in this video. Now let's talk about brown rice or white rice. All right, so when it comes down to choosing between brown and white rice, these two are the easiest and the most budget-friendly rices that are out there. It comes down to nutrition, weight loss, digestibility, and the chemicals that these rices might contain. We're gonna talk about all of that almost in this video. I saw a research published on Canadian Science Publishing that was done on Japanese factory workers over the course of a year on 437 people. At 1 year, high white rice consumption was significantly associated with increased risk of body weight gain greater or equal to 3 kilograms compared with low white rice consumption, maintained after adjustment for age, sex, and consumption of other obesogenic foods. This research basically shows that if you're eating brown rice or white rice is going to equal to more weight gain compared to brown rice. Between white and brown rice, if we're talking about nutrition, we have to go with brown rice. There's no question asked. It is more nutritious because it keeps this outer bran layer, which contains fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. It actually is a great source of magnesium, phosphorus, selenium, and B vitamins, and that's precisely why a lot of vegans love having brown rice as a part of their diet, because it's a nutritional bomb and it makes up for a lot of things that they may be missing from their diet. So where do we get our white rice? A lot of people might think that they're different rices, but you get white rice from brown rice. We remove the outer layers of the brown rice, which holds the most nutritional value of the rice, and then we polish it, mill it, bleach it, depending on where you get the rice from, and then you are left with the white rice. So it does have significantly less nutrition compared to brown rice. I wanted to talk about the nutritional value of brown rice versus white rice. Why do we worry about that? Because the more nutrition you have, the better you digest your food, the more it is digestible, the more vitamins and minerals it has, it aids your weight loss process. After brown rice, the most nutritious rices are black rice, red rice, and wild rice. I personally love adding a little bit of wild rice to whatever rice that I'm making if I'm feeling a little fancy. If you guys have seen my other videos, you guys know that I'm a fan of sprouting, and nothing's more nutritious than a sprouted rice. If you have the time and patience to soak and sprout your own rice, just cover it with 1 to 2 centimeters of water and soak it at a temperature of 30 to 40 degrees of Celsius for 8 to 20 hours. A cooler temperature takes longer for sprouting. The water can actually get really smelly, so you can change it. As you can see, guys, that there are sprouts. Hi, Bobby. They're sprouted and they're ready to be cooked. This activates certain enzymes in your rice, including GABA, which is very calming and it helps with your sleep. The rice becomes more digestible and absorbable by your body, so you will love it a lot more. Another reason that I vote for brown rice, 80% of the time, I cook brown rice at home, and when I'm out, I eat white rice. I can't deny it. White rice obviously tastes better. The reason for that is that it spikes your insulin level a lot higher than when you eat and consume brown rice. So your insulin level spikes, and therefore you will crave more food after you're done eating white rice. You can try this yourself. Eat brown rice for a week and see how you feel after, and then eat white rice for a day and see how you feel right after that meal. You will crave more food when you're eating white rice. So one of the reasons that you gain more weight on white rice, it might not be the mechanics or how the rice is built or where it comes from or the portion. It might be because you're actually craving more food. You're eating more after you're consuming rice. So that's something to keep in mind, that if you want to stick with your diet plan or you want to lose weight and that's your goal, you might want to concentrate on just consuming brown rice as much as you can, because it keeps you in check and it doesn't have you struggling with all that cravings, especially if you have ADHD. We are already battling all of those cravings constantly throughout the day, and if you do have white rice, it adds to it. So I really do recommend brown rice if you are going through this process of weight loss. But now I said all of this, listen to what Joe Rogan has to say about brown rice.
But there's even foods that people think are healthy that are not really good for you. Like white rice is better than brown rice.
Yes.
Like people think white rice, like, oh, I'll have brown rice. I'm being healthy. I have brown rice.
It's got to be one of the biggest misconceptions out there.
That fucking stuff, there's arsenic in that.
But it's brown.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's brown.
It looks like grains.
But this,
that's all I eat
husk,
is white rice. Yeah.
That shit is terrible for you.
Terrible.
Like there's a reason why Asian cultures for a long time have been getting rid of that outside, that husk.
God, the Japanese got it right with food, I'm telling you.
They
Sushi,
did?
white rice, seaweed, just all day. Favorite.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of countries that figured it out. We're just not one of them.
So as you can see, Joe Rogan claims that white rice is widely used in Asian cultures because they know better which is right, and because it contains fewer chemicals like arsenic. Now, arsenic can kill you, and I got so worried because I eat brown rice and I advocated to other people too. So I did so much research, and I can't really share it on this video because it's not related. So if you're interested, make sure you check out the link in the description that I will post in 1 week. So how much rice are we supposed to eat? The recommended portion sizes of your plate is 50% veggies, 25% carbs, and 25% protein. Now, this is not a rule. I hate that nutritionists expect everyone to be able to follow these rules. It's pretty much impossible. It never works in the long run. I haven't seen a lot of people that can stick to it, maybe 5% of people, and I haven't done any research, but I bet that people that do have ADHD can't either at all. But I wanted to give you my rule and what I follow personally and what I follow to lose weight and what I teach other people to do as well. Let's say we have over 15 pounds to lose and we're consuming about 2,000 calories per day. Now, these are such general numbers. Please don't compare your calories and your weight with this example. It's just to give you an idea. And if you're consuming around 2,000 calories per day, I want you to be aiming to 50% of that, or 1,000 calories, to come from carbs, including rice. Now, don't panic. I know it's a lot. I want you to be eating a lot of carbs, especially if you have ADHD, so you're satisfied. I'd rather you're full and bloated with rice and oats and potatoes than craving ice cream at 9 p.m. So this is how I do my thing, and I promise that you will still get results, no question asked. So let's agree that half of your calories are going to be carbs. Yum. 1 cup of cooked brown rice contains about 210 calories. I will give you 1 cup for lunch, 1 cup for dinner, and that will keep you around 420 calories per day. Now, if you ever crave white rice, you could actually throw it in there once or twice a week, and that's perfectly fine. Then you check in after 1 week or 10 days to see how you're feeling. Are you feeling full and satisfied after your meals, or are you feeling hungry and you're craving other food after your meal? Now, depending on how you're feeling, if you're hungry, we keep your portions the same, but if you're full and satisfied, then we're gonna decrease the amount of rice to maybe 3/4 of the cup for your dinner, and then check in after and see how you're feeling and continue with that plan for as long as you're comfortable. If you watch my other videos, you should never cut your calories for more than 100 calories per week, because that's going to confuse your body. So don't follow a program that is going to cut your calories for more than 100. Now, it will work for a while, but then it has shown and proven that it's not sustainable and people will give up on the plan. The 2,000 calorie diet is just an example that I'm using as an example in this video. Just keep that in mind. I have been following this portion control strategy for a very long time. It works if you're 40% body fat, 30% body fat, 20% body fat, and you want to go down to 10% body fat. It doesn't matter, it just works. Even if you reach a plateau and you feel like you're eating rice and you're not seeing results, there's a lot of other things that you can change that I'm going to explain, like timing and what you eat with your rice, that can actually affect your weight loss and get you out of that plateau instead of playing with your rice. So if you really do love rice like I do, and a lot of people that I talk to, don't have to worry about it. Listen to the rest of this video. You're gonna love these tips. Timing is so important in weight loss. Timing of your food, timing your carbs, your fats, your protein, these play a huge factor in your weight loss, and I'm gonna share more of my knowledge with you guys in my future videos. But since we're talking about rice here, I will focus on the best timing that you can eat your rice at. So the absolute best timing to consume rice is post-workout, or the post 2 meals after your workouts. Now, if you're going to eat before your workout and you want to have rice, you have to give your body 2 to 3 hours to digest brown rice, because it takes time for it to get digested, and you want to get the energy and use it towards your workout. You don't want to be going to the gym and your body is working and all the blood is circulating in your stomach to digest the food. You want the energy to be in your blood, and you want to feel good during your workout. So what you want to do is to really focus on having your meal, if you're having rice, 2 to 3 hours before your workout, or the best time obviously is going to be your post-workout. Why? Because your body is more likely to use the carbohydrates from rice as energy rather than storing it as fat. Because your insulin sensitivity is higher post-workout, it will help transport the glucose into your muscle cells instead. I love having my carbs after my workout. I feel the blood rushing towards the muscles that I just worked out. I feel like they recover faster. This is one of the staples bodybuilders' tricks to lose weight and build muscles, which is a lot harder than just losing weight. So if that's your goal, this is how you can time your rice. Let's talk about what we cook the rice with. Now, say you love fried rice with butter. That's perfectly fine, that's fantastic, we can keep that. But is it ideal for weight loss? You already know the answer, not entirely, right? So we want to transition into plain rice, but let's be real, we can't just switch overnight, because if you do, we won't be able to sustain it and we can't really stick to it. My job is to teach you how to train your taste buds, how to slowly transition into that life. You loved plain rice when you were a baby. You have done things to your taste buds to change it to love buttery, like very fatty rice now. So in order to be able to change that, it takes a little bit of work, but I will teach you the modifications on how to transition. For example, you can actually reduce the amount of butter generally when you start. You can replace it with lower fat butter. You can continue using the low fat butter for as long as you feel comfortable. Don't rush it. Take your time. It doesn't matter if this takes a whole year and you're not ready to give it up yet. That's fine. You take your time. Now, once you're ready, you're gonna try using vegan butters, for example. So you wanna actually detach yourself from that taste of the butter. You could do vegan butter a few times a week and see how it feels after, and kind of detach yourself, make your taste bud get used to this new type of butter. As I said, the goal is to train your taste buds to appreciate the flavors of plain rice. And I promise you it will happen. You just need to take it gradually and slowly. Finally, when you're ready, replace that vegan butter with coconut oil or olive oil eventually. Add a little bit of veggies to make it flavorful. Cinnamon tastes really good. So try these different things, once or twice a week, and then continue with butter the other days. And you will see, if you pay attention to how it feels, the rice feels after, it feels so much better when it's more plain. Your taste buds gets trained over time. So keep doing that and stay patient, and it will happen for you. Again, I repeat, because it's so important, it's all about making the transition gradually and making it at your pace. I use a similar technique in my videos on how to quit sugar and bread, and if you guys want, you can check those out if you're interested. You can definitely find them in the description as well. You can click on it after you're done with this video. It's very important to know what to eat with rice, what to pair it with to optimize weight loss. If you're at a stage of your life that you only have 10 pounds to lose to reach your goal, and you're already eating clean and you're eating plain rice, where do we go from there without playing with the rice? How can we lose more body fat if everything in our diet is clean, right? That's when we start paying attention to what we are actually eating our rice with. Now, here's the thing about fat storage. Now, if we don't want to store fat, we must notice, because insulin has a huge role in regulating and storage and breakdown of fat in your body. When your insulin levels are high, which is when you're having carbs, there's a potential that the dietary fat, the fat that comes from your food, can actually get stored in your body tissue a lot easier. But don't worry, we have a solution. We're going to talk about that. So if you're eating your rice with chicken wings or ground beef, we can make so many adjustments to lower the fat that is being combined with your rice. So when the insulin is spiked, when you're eating the rice, you have to make sure you're eating lower kind of meats with it, so it doesn't get stored like that in your body. Does that make sense? If it does, make sure you let me know in the comments. So at this point, you start replacing your ground beef and your chicken wings with chicken breast and fish, tilapia, or salmon. Now, this is the last stage of your weight loss. This is when you start paying attention to those. If you started this when you had 25 pounds to lose and you started eating so clean, you would lose the 10 pounds and then you have no wiggle room. You can't really change your diet. So you're stuck with that 10 pounds only. You can't really go further down because you're already eating chicken and broccoli. Then where are you gonna go from there? How are you gonna lose more weight? So you stick with your brown rice, you eat whatever you want with it if you have a lot of pounds to lose. Then once you're at the last stage of your weight loss, you start implementing these strategies. So you start eating cleaner types of protein, more lean types of protein with your brown rice to kind of start and break off that plateau that you're experiencing, or start losing more body fat percentages and maybe start seeing those abs. There's a trick for you here if you love white rice. If you combine white rice with low-fat protein sources, you could actually improve your glycemic response. It's all about teamwork. They go hand in hand. Protein has shown that it slows down the digestion and the absorption of carbohydrates, including rice, in your body. So this means that the rise in our blood sugar and the subsequent insulin spikes will be more gradual and controlled if you're eating fatty protein sources with your rice. Now that you are at this part of the video, you know how important it is what you eat your rice with and how it's going to affect your weight loss journey. If you have a better insulin response by mixing your rice with lower fat protein sources such as chicken and fish, it affects and reduces the potential of the fat storage in your body. This is exactly why a lot of bodybuilders eat a lot of chicken breast, brown rice, and broccoli, because it works, especially if you're leaning down to a point that you want to see your abs. So the key takeaways are: choose the type of your rice wisely. Try to go for brown rice, or better yet, sprouted brown rice 80% of the time if you can. If you're worried about arsenic, watch this video and I'm gonna post it in the description in a week. Portion control and timing with rice is crucial. Aim to have it ideally post-workout when your insulin sensitivity is higher, and make sure you pair it with low-fat sources of protein. Now, here's an important reminder for you guys: don't switch into this way of eating suddenly. Take your time, set it as your end goal. Take your time, transition to it slowly, and when you're feeling ready to go to the next level, as we talked about in this video. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. It's all about finding the balance that works for you. So it doesn't matter if you like brown rice, white rice, I recommend that you eat in moderation. I also recommend that you explore other types of carbs like oats, buckwheat, barley, and millet. Those are some of my favorite carbs that you could actually add to your food if rice is not your favorite and if you want to quit rice completely. So those are really great alternatives. If you're worried about the arsenic in the rice, make sure you check out the video that I'm going to leave in the description. Again, I said that so many times. I'm so excited to post about that. Thank you guys for watching. Keep healthy, keep living your best lives, and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.